If you've ever opened something important and somehow ended up scrolling or snacking or tidying or doing literally anything else first, let me tell you, you're not lazy. It's just your brain was trying to help you avoid something it thought might be uncomfortable. For years, I had a very simple explanation for what happened when I tried to study at the university. I thought I was a procrastinator. So usually I would sit down with a clear plan. I had my laptop open, my article ready. I had usually this essay deadline approaching, and I would tell myself, right, I'm starting now, let's just get on with it. And then somehow I would find myself scrolling on social media, 5 minutes there on Instagram, 10 minutes there on TikTok, making a tea, making a coffee, checking some text messages, reordering my highlighters, or doing just something completely unrelated that suddenly felt extremely urgent. I'm sure that you're very familiar with that. I mean, sometimes I even clean my room, which for a student during exam season, that says something. The bottom line is that 40 minutes later, I still hadn't written a sentence that I could use. But I had this strange feeling that I had been busy the whole time. And I used to call it laziness. Now I understand it more and I call it something else. Because what I've come to understand through my own work and through sitting with my clients is that what usually looks like procrastination or putting things off is almost never about motivation or being lazy. It's mainly about prediction. So what happened is that before I even opened the essay document, something in me had already run a very fast, quiet calculation. That is not a conscious thing. But the brain sort of asks, how hard is this going to feel? What if I get stuck? What if what I write isn't good enough? What if I'm not good enough? And the answer my nervous system came back with was, well, let's just not do that right now. Obviously, not consciously. I didn't think I'm afraid of being evaluated. I just thought I was distracted, or tired, or just really bad at discipline. But my body had already decided the task felt too exposed, so instead, scrolling felt easier, cleaning felt more useful, and eating felt quite reasonable. Anything that delayed the moment of starting basically quietly solved the problem for me, at least for a little while. So this is where hypnotherapy is something very useful that usually just planning and self-talk about motivation usually can't do. Because that prediction isn't verbal. You can't really logic your way out of something your nervous system has decided before you even touch the keyboard. And so in sessions, we go to that place where the prediction lives. Not to fight it or push it, just to understand it. And it often turns out it was trying to protect something very sensible. Things like not failing, not feeling judged, not discovering you are not as capable as you hoped. And then in a state of deep focus and safety, we rehearse something else, a different response. Not finishing the whole essay at once, just starting it, opening the document, writing one imperfect sentence, staying there long enough for the body to learn that nothing bad happens. We just keep doing. And because the brain doesn't clearly separate imagined experience from the real experience in that state, so instead of preparing for threat, it begins to build a memory of task that is manageable, an experience that is actually pleasurable, or at least bearable. So the next time, the prediction actually changes. I still sometimes notice that the old pause before starting something difficult comes back. But it doesn't feel like a wall anymore. It feels more like a moment I can recognize and continue. And recognizing it is actually usually enough to move.